length of an open belt drive, right? Length of an open belt drive. So how to find the length of this, right? Let R1 and R2 are the radius of the larger and smaller pulleys, right? R1 is the radius of large pulley and R2 are the radius of the smaller pulley. X is the distance between the centers of two pulleys. X is the distance between the centers of these two pulleys, O1, O2. And L is the total length of the belt, right? This L is the total length of the belt. Now we are going to see how to find this, right? We know that the length of the belt is equal to, right? Length L of the belt is equal to arc GJGE, right? GJE, arc GJE, right? So that's the region the belt and the pulley are in contact. Plus EF, okay? This region from larger pulley to smaller pulley, non-contact region. Plus arc FKH. So this region is in contact with the smaller pulley. Plus HG, right? This region is not in contact with these two pulleys, and that's the on the tight side, right? So when you add all these ends, you will have the length of the belt, right? This can be written as like this also, arc JE, right? Only arc JE plus EF plus arc FK into 2, right? JE plus EF plus FK into 2. This is half the top side, this is half the bottom side, right? So I can write like that also. Arc JE plus EF plus arc AK. From the geometry, we have already found sine alpha, right? How to find sine alpha? Sine alpha is equal to O1 M upon O1 O2. That is O1 E minus ME will give you the O1M, right? O1M is equal to O1 E minus ME, that is O1M, divided by O1 O2, that is this distance, which will be equal to O1 E, that is R1, and ME, that is R2, divided by O1 O2, that is X, right? O1 E is R1, ME is R2, O1 O2 is X. Okay, so sine alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 upon X. Okay, sine alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 upon X. Since this alpha is very small, right? Since this alpha you see here is very small, we can put, instead of sine, we can directly put sine alpha is equal to alpha, right, in radians. So sine alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 upon X. Therefore, alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 upon X, right? I can put like this since the angle alpha is very small. Okay, this will have it as an equation. Then we'll go for the arc JE, right? JE arc. So alpha we have found R1 minus R2 upon X. This is alpha. And there is another 90 degree also. That is pi by 2. So arc JE, this distance is equal to R1 theta. You know how to find the arc length, right? Length of an arc is equal to the radius into the angle subtended by this arc, right? R theta. So here the radius is R1. The angle subtended from here to here is 90 plus alpha, that is pi by 2 plus alpha. So arc J is equal to pi by 2 plus alpha into R1. So now we have found the length of this JE. Okay, we'll put it into equation. Similarly, for arc FK, right, for this arc, right, this arc, this radius into this angle, right? So this angle, you know, total is 90. You are subtracting a alpha from here, so that is 90 minus alpha. Okay, so arc R2 radius into angle subtended by this angle, that is pi by 2 minus alpha. Okay, R2 into pi by 2 minus alpha is the angle subtended by this arc. Okay, now we have found the length of this FK also, right? Now we need to find this length. EF, right? EF is this length. So EF means that is actually MO2. This and this are same, right? EF and MO2 are same in length. So we can find, even if we find MO2, that will be fine. So MO2 is, if you put Pythagorean relation for this triangle, O1, O2, M, right? O1, O2 whole squared minus O1, M whole squared will give you this MO2 whole squared, right? So O1, O2 whole squared minus OM1 whole squared upon under root. That is O1, O2 whole squared. That is, this distance is x squared minus O1M whole squared, right? O1M. O1M we have found here. O1M is equal to R1 minus R2. So R1 minus R2 whole squared. Okay. That is equal to, when you take this x squared out, x into under root of 1 minus R1 minus R2 upon x whole square, right? So you divide it by x squared and take this x squared out. So this is x into 1 minus R1 minus R2 upon x whole squared, right? So this need to be expanded by the binomial theorem of equation, right? Binomial theorem. So how will you do it? You take the x outside, bracket 1 minus 1 by 2 into R1 minus R2 by x whole squared plus 1 by 4 into R1 minus R2 by x to the power 4, like that it will go, right? So we will take only the larger value, and the other values which are going here is going to be small, right? Because the power is going to increase. So here x minus R1 minus R2 whole squared upon 2x, right? X minus R1 minus R2 whole squared upon 2x. We will have this as an equation, right? Substituting the values of arc JE from equation 3, arc FK from equation 4, and EF from equation 5 in the equation 1 we get. So your equation 1 is the summation of all, right? This plus this plus this plus this. Okay. So now we are going to put these values, arc JE plus arc EF plus arc FK, into that equation. So we are going to actually add these three, right? So arc JE is R1 into pi by 2 plus alpha, FK is R2 into pi by 2 minus alpha, and here x minus R1 minus R2 whole squared upon 2x. So we will put them 2 into, why 2 into? Because we are considering only this top part. The total length is twice of this one, right? There's a bottom length also. So 2 into JE, this length is R1 into pi by 2 plus alpha, right? R1 into pi by 2 plus alpha plus the length of the arc FK also we need to add, right? So that is this length, that is R2 into pi by 2 minus alpha, that's here, right? So this is FK length, this is JE length, and we need to put the length of the EF also, right? EF is equal to MO, that we have found, x minus R1 minus R2 whole square upon 2x. So now the total length is somehow obtained in the formation of an equation. So now we will solve it, right? 2 that is there, R1 into pi by 2 plus R1 into alpha plus x minus R1 minus R2 whole square upon 2x plus R2 into pi by 2 minus R2 into alpha, right? So now we expand the brackets and put it in the formula. Okay. So now we will group them accordingly, right? Pi by 2 into R1 is here, pi by 2 into R2 is here, right? So I will take these two, right? Pi by 2 into R1, pi by 2 into R2. I will take this pi by 2 into R1 plus R2, right? So these two are now grouped here, right? I have R1 alpha here, R2 alpha here. So I will group these two, taking alpha out, R1 minus R2. This is also now grouped. And I have left with x minus R1 minus R2 whole square upon 2x, right? So that will come as it is x minus r1 minus r2 whole squared upon 2x. Right? So now we will solve it. Pi into r1 plus r2, right? Pi into r1 plus r2. Why? When you are taking the brackets out, these two will come in, and these two and these two will be cancelled. So you will have pi into r1 plus r2, that is here, right? 2 into alpha into r1 minus r2, right? That's here, right? 2 into alpha into r1 minus r2, 2x, right? 2 into x, 2x. When you multiply with these two and these two will be cancelled, so you will have r1 minus r2 whole squared upon x. Substituting the value of alpha is equal to r1 minus r2 upon x. When you found the value that alpha is equal to r1 minus r2 upon x in the previous slide, right? Alpha is equal to r1 minus r2 upon x. So when you substitute this value in this alpha, you will have, first will come as it is, pi into r1 plus r2, right? No change. Here I have an alpha. Instead of alpha, I am going to put this r1 minus r2 into x. So you'll have r1 minus r2 by x into r1 minus r2, that is r1 minus r2 by x into r1 minus r2 into 2, right? So alpha is r1 minus r2 by x, and that is here. This r1 by r2, r1 minus r2 is here, okay? Then 2x will come as it is, and r1 minus r2 whole squared upon x will come as it is, right? Now we are going to solve this. Pi into r1 plus r2, okay, that will come 2 into r1 minus r2 by x into r1 minus r2. So there's an r1 minus r2, here's an r1 minus r2. When you multiply by 2, not 2, when you square it, you will have 2 into r1 minus r2 whole squared upon x, right? When you multiply these two terms, you will have 2 into r1 minus r2 whole squared upon x plus 2x minus r1 minus r2 whole squared upon x, right? Further solve it. Pi into r1 plus r2 plus 2x. So here 2 into r1 minus r2 whole squared upon x. Here minus r1 minus r2 whole squared by x plus 2 minus 1, that is plus 1 r1 minus r2 whole squared upon x. When you solve these two and bring it down here, you will have r1 minus r2 whole squared by x, right? So this is your length of the belt, right? If you give it in terms of radius, you will have all radius pi into r1 plus r2 plus 2x plus r1 minus r2 whole squared by x. If you want to give it in terms of diameters, what you will do, you will divide it by 2, right? Because radius is equal to diameter by 2. So when you divide it by 2, pi by 2 into the rest will come as d1 plus d2 plus 2x, because x is not going to change. X is the distance between these two pulleys, right? Center of the pulleys, plus 2x plus, instead of r1 minus r2 by 2, you will put d. So that is d1 minus d2 by 4x whole square, right? Because r1 is d1 by 2, r2 is d2 by 2. When you square it, you will have 4. So d1 minus d2 whole square upon 4x. So either you can give in this format, if that is radius, sorry, not radius, diameter, or you can give in this format, that is radius. So both will give you the length of the belt, right? Length of the belt.